Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to From the Depths with me, Lathrix. And of course, welcome to a brand new campaign. After looking at the straw poll in the previous episode of the last season, it seems with an overwhelming majority, most of you would like to see a brand new campaign with faster videos being produced and hopefully a bit of a different experience. As such, we are going to be staying on Nita and doing the Onyx Watch campaign, which apparently is actually really difficult. So I've made sure to set all of the settings basically back down to the defaults. Beforehand it was something like the difficulty modifier was on 1.5, we had the design difficulty on max, and I was getting no resources from destroying the enemy. Now all of that has been changed, and it's all nice and normal again. So the Onyx Watch campaign. You are a fledgling pirate in the ranks of the Deepwater Guard. You have recently taken possession of a watering hole fortress and a brand new rapier class attack ship. The Pirate Council has granted you exclusive rights to the Onyx Watch territories as your own personal playground. Plunder awaits you in those waters. I am Lathrix, the glorious pirate lord. Of course we are going to be keeping it on localized resources, as much as centralized resources would make life a lot easier. I do think the localized resources, it's just a more organic experience. It actually makes more sense. Resources aren't just floating everywhere in the air, apparently, able to be used by everyone, and instead we have cargo ships, we have supply lines. It just is so much more fun. So, I'll just load up a new campaign, which will likely take a second to load up, and we'll get straight into it. Well, here we are then, in the waters of the Onyx Watch, which means, of course, it's going to be raining for a very long time, because sadly, I can't change the weather in a campaign. I really wish I could, so I apologise if it's a bit dark. I'll try and fix that in the video. Anyway, let's have a quick look, see what we actually have. I've not actually seen any YouTuber play this campaign. I know that Avok played it, at least I think he did, but I'm not even certain about that, so I have no idea what I'm up against. Okay, so we have an area over here to build ships, that's pretty cool. We have some flags sporting the corn flag, which I may change later on in the season, since that was kind of last season's thing. We have our engines, we have a fuel refinery, we have a crystal growth tray, we have an AI section here, and I'm guessing that's for this. What is that? Oh, this is weird. Oh, a tiny little cram cannon facing backwards, okay. See, stuff like that, I am actually somewhat likely to destroy for resources. That's all very cool. And then we have missile launchers here, which may be flares. Okay, awesome, so we do have a flare system already in place, and I'm guessing I don't have to change that. These are the oil drills. Where's the command section here? There it is, okay. Okay, and I'm hoping that's already set up to a advanced control block, or just a regular control block rather. Just trying to have a look. There it is. Okay, excellent. Okay, that's all set up, so that's all we've got then. And then we have our rapier over here, which is just the rapier ship, which is a pretty darn nice ship, but even so, not exactly going to win us too many battles.
Taking command. Turning off.
Well, that's curious. For some reason I can't change the AI of this thing. That's worrying. Oh dear. I wonder if this actually has AI to move itself and stuff. Patrol, yeah, okay. Okay, so it's on patrol, that explains that. Okay then, let's get to work, let's get building, let's make this place a little bit more defensive. I've been told it's difficult, so I'm assuming the enemy that attack us are going to be way outclassing our rapier. So what do we want to do exactly? Well, we have this lovely section here, which is kind of in the middle. We could fortify around here, and then have a larger cannon, possibly even a, what do you call them now, the lovely things, a particle cannon or something here, because that would only take electricity, and since we're already getting crystals, we could go ahead and get one of those, where are you, processed resources, one of these, the RTGs. We could have these set up, producing electrical power, which then could power our weapons. That way we wouldn't need a lot of stuff, and we could power lasers and stuff with that. That's tempting. Lasers are a very cool idea, so actually that's what I think I'm going to do. We're going to move these anti-missile things, which is kind of a shame, because it's all set up so nicely. We could put it here instead, and armor up this as the main weapon, then have a smaller weapon there later. Okay, yeah, that's better. I don't trust this. This is such a cool looking cram cannon, but it's going to get gone now. It's going to get gone, that's a good way of saying it. Okay, then we're going to do a particle cannon, because particle cannons can be small and still very effective. What's in this room? Not all that much going on in here other than a bit of AI. What do we have here? We have fortress control, target prioritization. So this is basically controlling all the weapons. I don't like that either. I like the idea of every weapon having its own AI. Maybe this would do better as just a regular laser. We could make it a self-contained laser. That might be better. Okay, so the idea I'm going to have is, first of all, we need to remove all of this. This wood is just not going to be good enough. I'm a little bit nervous that I did just take out one of our guns. We are now one gun short already, and if we get attacked, that means, well, we're one gun short, which is pretty darn awful. Remove all of that. Now we could remove it a little bit lower as well. If we remove it a bit low... Oh wow, we've had that mirror line there the entire time. That was pretty darn bad. I wanted no mirror line, because that makes it a little bit easier to figure out what I'm doing right now. What's down here? We have this. This is our Heartstone, which you don't really care about because we're not using that. We have a control scheme here, and we have this. Oh, that's those two back cram cannons. Ugh, I do not want them there. Those cram cannons probably aren't going to last very long. I will be removing them eventually. By eventually, I mean probably pretty darn soon. You're all gone, so are you. Remove all of you, okay. This way we've freed a massive space where we can hide some laser stuff or some particle cannon stuff, depending on which one I want to go with. I think for now we'll go with laser, and then we'll go with particle cannon later. Just because particle cannons can be very expensive, especially since they can only take energy from batteries. But that's actually a good thing though, because it means you don't have to have generators. Oh, I don't know. They both have pros and cons. I'm not sure which one would be best. I'll just go ahead and destroy all this, then we'll be right back when I'm starting building the laser, or I have built the laser. Okay, then apparently we're already battling against something simply called the Scout, and this is a ship called the Essen. I have never heard of the Essen before, so that's something very, very different indeed. Let's put the Rapier over here, and I guess maximum, so we can send in everything. And begin the battle. I'll go over to the Rapier in case it does actually need me to control it. No, it doesn't, okay. Let's have a quick look-see at the enemy scout. This is the Essen, or however it's actually pronounced. Oh, wow, that's terrifying. So, the Rapier is fast, it has missiles, and by the looks of it, it's using, it's using hydrofoils to avoid actually going underwater. Doing very little damage to it, though. Oh, if those shots hit... They're missing, luckily, because, well, they're quite slow projectiles, but even so, if those shots hit, we're basically doomed. Maybe upgrading the Rapier would be a better idea. Just upgrading the missiles a little bit would maybe make a massive difference. By the looks of it, they're just basic explosives. Oh! We just got hit, but our shields deflected it. The Rapier's a good ship. How cheap it looks. Maybe making more than one of them might be a good idea. Come on, Rapier. Or we could go full-on pirate. I mean, we are the Deepwater Guard. For the Pirate Lords. Excuse me. Can I please get... Come on, for the Pirate Lords. I want to steal their ship. Excuse me. I command thee. Get closer. Please get closer. I don't want to swim the entire way. That would be very boring. Is my fortress even helping? That's it. Manual control time. Yarr. We are taking their ship because this will give us a massive advantage by giving us 2 ships to start off with. Here's hoping they don't have AI. I mean, they don't have, what do you call them? The little annoying NPC characters on board. Okay, turn left. Sorry, right a little bit. Still manually controlling here. Raining like a bugger. That's it. Nice and close. That cram cannon is almost worthless. I think it's hit maybe twice. Changing the cram cannon for something else might be something I might need to do if we are keeping the Rapier. Okay, off. We can't turn this one off because of its AI, how its AI's been set up, which is really annoying. No, no, the AI's dead, please! Let me get closer. 3, 2, 1. Yes! Yes, we got it! We've got it! Hello there, my beauty. So, two good things about this. A, it means if we scrap it, we get full resource rather than the small selection we would have got. And B, we've got a fully functioning ship. Which admittedly didn't do very well against the rapier, but still a ship is a ship. Okay, let's pull all... Receiving. Essen, get back here. Rapier. You did really well, actually. I'm tempted to reproduce the rapier. Let's get on the rapier again. Rapier... Where's the button I'm looking for? There we go. Now, I would like to see the stats of this thing. Oh! I just remembered I actually have mechanic on a stupid level because of the sandbox. But hasn't that been nerfed? Oh wait, no, that's been nerfed, hasn't it? Okay, I'm leaving it. I'm just leaving it then. Oh, I completely forgot. I've been in the sandbox so much this week. I haven't actually been in the campaign for like at least a couple of weeks. I can't remember the control to actually look at the stats of the ship. There we go. We have 800 and something blocks, 15,000 metal, 17,000 natural. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Now the problem is, I'm fairly certain the enemy are going to have the ability to use flares. Oh, there is a frag. Wait, laser designator? I was about to say use flares, so having the heat seeker is going to be a bad idea. Is this really not a heat seeker? Oh. Then I'm actually a lot happier with the missiles already then. I am tempted though to make them stronger but shorter range. But then I would have to change the AI. Okay, for now we're leaving this. I'm not convinced though with the front cannon. As cool as it is, I think this would do better as an advanced. We'll leave it for now though, we will leave it for now. And on the upside it is very cheap, meaning we can always reproduce it later if we need to. So, I'm going to be right back, turn your healing on, and we'll start work on the laser, which was the intention. Oh wow! It turns out that the Essen is worth 82,000 metal. So no, we're not keeping this ship, we're scrapping it and using it right now to be lazy and produce several more rapiers. Or, we could even make some of our fireworks. However, they are using the wrong engine at the moment, so maybe one firework. Either way, scrap that, that's gone. So we can start draining that lovely, lovely metal. As we can see, we're now completely filled, which is great. So, let's play this and stay where we are. No, I said play. Okay, so I may have read it wrong and thought it was already out of play. So, we were damaged by the looks of things, which is a shame. Load vehicle. Eventually. We can't use the Decrepit because that's absolutely massive, so where's the Firework Mark II? That's 47,000, we could get two of these, and they are not a bad ship in the slightest, or plane. Okay, let's start making these. Don't really know why I pulled everything back into play there when I could have just done this. There we go, fireworks are about to be online. That's good, so we've got at least something I'm aware of. Now these are not meant to be used on their own, but saying that, we're against much smaller enemies for now than we were at the end of the last season. I think maybe focusing on the ships rather than our base might be a better idea, but I definitely want our base to be protected, especially if the enemy are going to be aggressive, because that was really quick we were attacked. Let's wait until they're finished, then we can get back to work on the base. Oh wow, I forgot just how broken the engines are. So right now, the fireworks are running on only 79 power. Yep, we are going to have to, right this second, remove the engines currently in the fireworks, which means we are going to have to unbalance everything. Okay, this is what the big problem was, honestly, with the last season. Everything was broke, and honestly, some of our other ships did not fare as well as the firework. Only the engines are broke on the firework. So that's good. I'll fix this, we'll get them both up and running, so I'll just retrofit the other one once I've changed this one around, and then we'll be good to go. I'll just have to have a couple of inefficient engines for now, just because we don't have the space at all to put in some efficient engines. Fuel engines, fuel generator, there we are, let's put a metal block there. Where are you? I'm blind! I'm blind! There we are. Make sure it's facing upwards, cylinder goes here. That is correct, yep, connected, awesome. Injectors, we'll have two of them. Currently holding no fuel though, so we also have to make some fuel barrels. Okay, I'll fix this right away. And there we go, we have the firework back up and running. So what I've done is I've added a couple of electric engines. We are now using a load of these lovely RTGs. In fact, I think we have 4 of the smallest kind in there. We have a little bit of battery storage with a single electric generator, and then we have 2 very inefficient engines which are providing us with the bulk of our power, thus resulting in us being able to still move at a decent pace. Not as fast as it normally does because there's just not enough power to go around, but at least it's going to function okay. And this is why we're going to need to build some new designs as we continue, because this is not working as well as it used to be. But still, it's something, so we can continue as we were. Now, all I need to do is save this and save it over the old firework. Yep, there we go. Take you out of there, and then the other one needs to be retrofitted, if I can remember how to do that. Yep, retrofit and retrofit to the new one, and there we are. Both of the fireworks are now fully functioning. Okay then, we're now back on the fishing hole, and let's turn off that silly resource UI, and let's get started back on building this. So, that's not what I wanted, that was also not what I wanted. Can you please do what I want? There we are. Let's figure out exactly how we're going to do this. So this is going to be the main weapon, at least for now, on our lovely little fortress. So, I want it to be easy to rebuild, I want it to be decently strong at long range, and that's pretty much that. Just a very defensive weapon that's going to actually be able to sustain itself during a long combat. And what I think I'm going to do, mostly because I'm currently obsessed with the new lovely items which are the RTGs. I mean, come on, it's an infinite source of fuel. It's just such a cool concept, not needing to use oil. I do think using lasers would be the best. Now, I do have a question about lasers. Although I have used them a lot in the past, I've never used batteries. So, does the laser need to get its power from the batteries themselves, like the particle cannon, or does it have to be from an engine? Now, of course, you can attach engines to the batteries to turn electrical power into regular power, and so obviously it doesn't really make a difference in the end, but it would be nice to figure out which one it is, but I guess we'll figure out as we go. Now, the turret itself is going to be mounted onto here, and the good thing with lasers is we can get the power all the way to the turret without them actually touching each other, using the... what are they actually called? Can you tell it's been a while since I've actually messed around with lasers? I can't remember the... I do remember how everything works, it's just a matter of I can't remember the names of anything. The laser transceiver. So that's what I want to build. That's good enough for now, I suppose. Just armor up this little section here. So we have 2 metal plates to actually work on. So this is where the turret will go, on top of here, and then in this room here will become the power room, which of course will need some fortifying. The room underneath that will become the power generation room, which will be where all of our RTGs and stuff are located. Seems okay? Seems okay to me. Although saying that, since we are a fortress, we could just use oil. We could just use fuel. It could be done, but that seems a bit silly. So, at least in my head. 2-axis turret, we only want a 1-axis turret because this is a laser. If we're using the particle cannon, I would be more tempted to use a 2-axis. Goes there, and then just put down a few pieces of metal so it's got a bit of armor around the base of it. Now that should be able to turn, shouldn't it? Not certain, so what I'm going to do instead, use the 2 high piece instead. There we are. Went a bit quiet then because I was thinking like, is what I just said the best idea? I'm not sure, but there we are. Just have a nice chunk of metal around the base. Like so. Then I want it to be 1 higher than that, so just repeat what we've just done. Admittedly, using beams is definitely a better way to get armor than this, but this is just easier. And thankfully, we won't see this, so even if we are using these weird slope blocks, it doesn't really matter too much. And that is high enough. Okay, so that's where our laser will actually go. Laser and laser combiner, that can go... Wait a second, the laser combiner needs to attach to the laser transceiver. Okay, that's fine. Going on the front would actually make that a lot easier. Yeah, going on the front would make it easier, but I want it on the back. So what we're going to do instead is this here. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Yeah, we can put it on the front. It doesn't matter. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does matter, because then the barrel length will be affected. So actually, yes, it does matter, because what we need to do, just so I can actually show what the hell I'm actually doing, kind of arguing with myself about, lasers, we need that to be somewhere where it's always going to be in the same place, which basically means it has to be here. This is the only place it can really be. So, lasers, coupler, or the connection. Actually, no, we don't need the coupler. That's more expensive, isn't it, than the connecting pieces? Or is it? Let's see. 30 natural, 30 metal, 10 scrap. 30 metal, 100 scrap. So yeah, laser connector would be better. Then we go ahead and get the beautiful and wonderful transceiver, put it where I wanted to. Then all of our power supply will connect upwards like this. Thankfully it can go through blocks. And then we want our actual barrel section to be higher than this. Or at least further back. Yeah, it doesn't really need to be higher. But the further back it is, the more of the barrel we can include in the turret we're going to build. And that's quite important. Why are there letters over there? Is that an enemy heading towards us, or is that just where my fireworks happen to be at the moment? I'm going to hope it's our allies, because it's white and not red. That's at least for logic I'm going to go with. Come on, there we are. Laser combiner. Accuracy versus greater field of fire. Okay, so that is important even on a turret, because it's also how high you can fire, how vertical. Which one of these gets bigger? Okay, do these ones first, so it looks more natural. That should be fairly accurate. I don't know why I wanted one steering at the end. Oh, you can actually see... Okay, it never used to have the firing arc pop up, so you can actually see exactly how many we need. So 45, 45 is max. 30, 30, 37, 37, 45... Okay, so from there we go with the optics to make it more accurate. And it's now nighttime, so we can hardly see what we're doing, but that's fine. Accuracy is now at 0.38. Lasers being accurate is very important, honestly. We're not really gaining much, though, so let's just decrease that to make it look a little bit better when we're finishing off. It's going to look like a Dalek. I admit, I really hate how lasers look in this game. It is a shame, because they're such a cool weapon. It's such a cool weapon type, but it looks so awful. It really does. Okay, so before we style it, let's just make sure it's all defended. Mostly because if an enemy attacks now, it's going to be able just to kill our inactive turret. The AI is going to go directly underneath this piece of metal here. This is going to look hideous for a while, and I do apologise for that, people who are very into nice-looking weapons. Or just nice-looking things in general. I have no idea what I'm doing, honestly, just making sure we're going to cover a lot of it by the end. Could make it look like a weird tuning fork. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. At least then it looks like we've gone for a style, even though we haven't. You know, we've got this like illusion of style going on. Okay. That way I can't see the fact that's a non-fold lock. So that'll be our turret. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. That doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look good. I mean, I'm not going to lie and say it does, but it could look a lot worse. Metal beams go here. Then we need one of these. Then we need a 2 meter. 2 meter there. Metal blocks go there. Metal beam goes there. Focusing a bit too much on this, considering it's not even an online turret yet. We haven't actually built the firing mechanism. Well, we built the technical firing block, but we haven't built the actual thing which powers it yet. So, might be doing this in the wrong order here, especially in the campaign that's apparently very difficult. Surprised we haven't been attacked again yet, honestly, considering how early the scout was. Where's the 2? There it is. There it is. One of these. Sorry that you probably can't see much right now, can't really do much about the light, and if I do it in post, when I'm editing, I found it looks absolutely horrendous. It just looks so artificial lighting-y. What I did find, though, whilst I was flying around in the fireworks, trying to get them to work correctly, is that if we go south, even by a little bit, the rain actually stops. So this area of just pure rain and sadness doesn't really last very long. Could have felt like that and just ignore that bit there and keep it as like more of a ledge. I think that's what I'll do. That's what we'll do. 2 meter slope goes there. You can go here. I'm trying to build quickly, but it's not in my nature. See, there's the problem as well. I'm not naturally fast at building. I like to deliberate about everything I do, which... At least that means this is kind of giving me a bit of practice to do otherwise. I suppose. Now, how are we going to do this section here? How about like this? That'll probably look better than what I was doing originally. Ta-da! Okay, I mean, we're getting there. We're getting there. And thankfully we are getting metal almost as fast as we're using this, which is really good. Getting that ship early on was actually a really big boon, because what's happened now is I've got 2 fireworks defending us, which means I'm being a bit more silly. I've got a bit more breathing room, which is always nice. Kind of want to keep that flat, honestly, so how about if we do this? And then we will start making that go in a bit more. Like so. Not quite how it used to look if I add that last piece. How about if I only go over 2 instead? Yeah, that looks more like the original style I was going for. That reminds me of a symbol from some game. Actually, it kind of looks like a spaceship. Got a spaceship cannon, that's fine. Now, the top isn't protected yet, but for now, at least the firing piece is protected, and that's kind of the most important thing there. We'll just do that, just add a bit of extra protection. So there we go, we've got a turret which should, technically speaking, turn and have at least a decent bit of protection. Aye, we want the local weapon controller, make sure it actually does connect. Oh, go back to using the hull. Hello? There we are. You go there, controlling 1 weapon. Oh yeah, I forgot we had that. That's pretty cool. I was connected, okay, and what we do need, now I'm not really going to go mental with these just yet, but what I would like is at least the aim point selection since we are using a laser. Okay. This also shows me where I need this to connect to, so we don't really have that much space. What we're going to have to do is extend this section into this, so remove this little holding piece here, and that's where some of our laser stuff will have to go, because I thought we had more space than we actually do, and that's my fault for not checking. And at least this will give us a bit of extra metal as well, which is always good. There we are. Now, we only have 1,671 engine power to spare after, you know, keeping this thing afloat, so that's a bit of a concern as well. Anyway, lasers, 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 lasers. Give me a... Where are you? Multipurpose laser, which is the main block. Then we'll go with the transceiver to go upwards. There we are. And that is connected to this, and that should connect to this. Yes, there we are. So it's now connected to this. So everything we build off here will be awesome in every single way. Just going to use these for a second, even though it's not the best way. Laser Q switch. This is I'm getting nervous now. Now I'm getting nervous. I'm starting to take liberties on how we're building, which is a bit silly. Where are you? Ooh, these are things I haven't seen before. The laser cavity, and, oh wow, all of these are new items I literally have only just seen now. Okay, the laser cavity is where the laser beam is generated, place multiple cavities and line. Okay, I know that. What's so special about this one? Energy storage capacity. Oh. Oh. That's cool. The laser pump is placed directly onto the sides of the laser cavity. Blocks. The more pumps on the cavity, the stronger the laser it will produce. Pumping requires power. That's very cool. So that stores power for the... I won't use them now, because I've not fully understood yet how they actually work, but that is really, really cool, and that makes lasers even more interesting for me. Yeah, we haven't got enough space here. We're going to have to go downwards as well. Yeah, this isn't... This has not been thought out correctly. This would produce a really weak laser, so no, that's just silly. Doing it like this was just absolutely terrible. We are going to have to go down further. I thought we could have just had this room, but no, it's not going to happen. I know, doing this sucks. Give me the connectors, please. It's cheaper for me. There we are. And you can be the coupler. And this way we have 3, so we just have 2 couplers instead of all the ones we're going to build before. Laser cavity, just the regular ones, because I have no idea how they work otherwise. And then armor piercing or damage. For now, let's just go with damage. I mean, we don't have enough space to really improve it much more. Yeah, this has not been thought out. We need more space. We need more space. We need to think about this further. Didn't have enough time to really set up. Either way, just do the pumps. As you can see, there goes our engine power, so it definitely drains from the engines. This is going to be a really weak laser, by the way. For how big this turret is, this is going to be remarkably weak. Getting a lot of frame loss as well, so I'll quickly restart in a second. Pulse damage, AP3. Where's the range of this thing? With 0 range. What? That shouldn't be the case. Range, okay, range approximate is 3,000. Tiny bit of damage there. Yeah, I'm not happy enough with that. That is really bad designing work by me. No, it's me being short-sighted and not planning ahead. That's what that is. Ooh. Fuel boxes, the new ones, cool. Let's get up here so I can actually manually fire for a second. Because it fires quickly. I mean, that's not weak. I mean, I know that's wood, but that just went away very quickly. One thing I do need to do, and this is incredibly important what I'm about to do now, is we need to do, where are you, my beautiful thing? I know you're here somewhere. The laser colorer. This way, we can make it look way cooler and make it look thicker as well. Because right now the laser looks like this tiny little dart. Size max, and for now, let's go for red laser. Let's go full on dart. Wait. Daleks don't have red lasers, do they? I can't actually remember. I have not watched Doctor Who in a very, very long time. I like the part where I can't see the laser for some reason. Oops. I got a bit too close to the weapon systems. Okay, gonna quickly restart the game to stop this random frame loss. Okay, I've just restarted the game, our frame rate is back to normal, and we now have red lasers. Of course, we still have nowhere near enough power at the moment, which is definitely the main issue. It's really weird that if you don't hit something, it just hardly even shows it. But either way, we just don't have enough power. We need way more power, even for what we're using currently, and to be perfectly honest, we need something bigger than this. This is not powerful enough by any stretch of the imagination. It doesn't have enough armor piercing, and it doesn't even have enough just flat-out damage. It's also produced really badly. We just need more space. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking out this wooden section here, just for now, and yes, I am aware how bad this design is at the moment, and I do apologise. Take away the wooden section here, so we've got some space underneath it, go back to lasers, and then of course, laser cavities. Once again, I'll change over to the bigger ones later, probably. There we are. Frequency, destabilizers, and then a couple frequency, well, one frequency doubler, because that's all I can afford. And then we'll put in the laser pumps, which hopefully don't cost us too much. Ah, good, they don't cost crystal. And now it's going to be even more expensive. Probably could do with more of these. I have forgot the best ratio. I used to know the ratios off by heart when I used to build lasers all the time, but it's been months since I've tried to build a good laser. Okay. Beam 1, which is this one, and beam 4, which is that one. Two Q switches, okay. That seems reasonable then. Now what are you saying? What's the stats now? You're currently climbing 2,000 damage, AP 5, range is 10,000. So range-wise it's fine. Honestly, a bit more AP would definitely be better. Increase for damage, destabilizers, go here. Okay, now once we have enough crystal, I've just built this quick room under the water here, which is actually going to be a bit lower as well, and that's where we're going to start filling full of RTGs, because I absolutely adore these, just absolutely adore them. Then we'll find somewhere for batteries, in which we'll put an electric engine, so that will be pretty darn good. Now this is going to cost a lot of energy to fire, but that was definitely better than the last few shots. Yeah, once we've got some more power, this laser now should be okay. It's not going to be the best still, but it should be able to at least defend us. And with that, I'm afraid we are all out of time for today's episode. That was a lot of fun, starting again. Off camera, I'm just going to let the resources kind of accrue a little bit, especially in terms of crystal, and then we're going to start building this out a little bit to protect it, since at the moment, this is also the AI room, so everything important is currently in one room, which is really, really stupid. So, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that From the Depths is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Pirate Lathrix is here to stay, and loving it.